Can you just take the attendance?
Joshua Percy,
Present.
Mel Kane, Janelle Gomez. Here. Alexis Swansky. Here. Samantha Scott. Here. Lily Gallo. Here. Michaela Hill. Taylor Butek. Here. Dr. Tamika Wordlow-Williams.
Tamika Wordlow-Williams is present.
Arthur Patry.
Here.
Haley Rowan.
Here. Can I have everyone just stand for the pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And I'm making a motion to approve the agenda. Janelle Gomez, Treasurer Gomez, first, oh no, that's the motion, the first motion. And then I need a second. I need it for a secretary. Yeah. Oh no, no. I need to make a motion to change TBD to the current secretary.
No, you had it, right? You had a motion to approve the agenda, and then you have to ask for a discussion.
Oh, okay. Great. Any discussion?
I'd like to change on the agenda, the secretary, it says TBD. I'd like to change that to Taylor Butek.
Speaking of motion, I mean, the second, Representative Gallo. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? And any abstentions? Oh. That passes. And so,
See the motion to approve the agenda as amended.
oh, okay. I'm seeking a motion to approve the agenda as amended. Vice President Kane and second Vice President Percy. And any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Do we have anyone here for open forum? Anyone here for open forum? Anyone here for open forum? Seeing there's no one here, I'm going to close open forum. And then now on to officer announcements. President Percy.
All right, so I guess I'll start out with the swearing into office of Secretary Butek. If you could please stand and join me in front. Read off this paper, please. Raise your right hand.
I, Taylor Butek, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of Secretary of Rhode Island College Student Community Government Incorporated and will, to the best of my ability, protect and uphold the bylaws of SCG. I will promote a sense of community and foster the growth of student interests and welfare as a whole and honor the integrity of the mission of Student Parliament and all of its committees and commissions thereof.
Congratulations. You can sign both of these for me. Keep the pen. Keep that. Alrighty. So my other officer announcements, as you can see, I'm still on the agenda for new business. I added some discussion topics in case anyone wanted to talk about those, so we'll talk about those later. During my announcements now, I'd like to encourage the members of the body that if there's anything you ever want to talk about, please come to me to add them to the agenda, because I very much like to stop having to add everything to the agenda myself. I'm almost never going to say no to any discussion topic. Second, I want to give a formal congratulations to Diana and welcome her to SCG, her first Parliament meeting. She had her first finance committee meeting today. We're very happy that you're on board. It's great that I no longer have to do that side of the job. It's not fun. Other than that, I don't have any other announcements. I hope everyone's enjoying their classes. We're about 3 weeks into school. Hope everyone's enjoying their classes and continue to have a great semester.
Great. Vice President King, do you have anything?
Yeah, I'm also going to take a little pause for the remembrance. Basically, we are in the declaration period for class of actions, and it started yesterday. It's going to end the 17th, which is next Tuesday. The vote for class of actions, which is also class representative, will be held the 25th on Wednesday from 10 to 4 in the dining center. Hopefully, we get a mass amount of people. We're actually getting a nice influx of people coming in and showing interest in joining SEG, which I'm really excited about.
Woo!
So hopefully we can get the same type of enthusiasm in the class elections. And my final thing I did want to talk about is I'm still trying to get this advertising committee going. So I'm gonna keep you posted on how that is coming along. And I appreciate y'all listening to me around.
All right. Secretary Butcher?
I just want to say thank you again, and I'm excited to go on this journey with you guys. That's all I have.
Treasurer Gomez?
Alrighty, so I have a lot of announcements. So, welcome to the second round of the year. I just want to say thank you for joining us. All the people around the table, all the people sitting on the side of the table, all our photographers and people that are here, writing about this, talking about this, recording it, all that good stuff is very appreciated because this thing is very important. They know not everybody understands the importance of student government or what it does. So boom. So since the last time I've seen you, we've had 2 meetings for the Finance Commission, that is. So our last meeting was, since our last meeting. So my September allocation report is not prepared yet. Me and Diana, as you know, before anything, I just want to welcome Diana again. Thank you so much. And as treasurer, I work very closely with Diana because we both, as administrative supervisor, she kind of handles a lot of the cash stuff, and then I come around and I'm doing the rest of that, and especially when it comes to organizations and stuff. So we'll be working very closely as soon as me and her get our hands on the accounting information with the general fund and how much we got deposited with enrollment. That should be sometime soon, hopefully. I'll get you guys a general fund report, but until then, I really cannot do anything. My hands are tied. But yeah, continuing on. So since the last time I seen you, we tabled 2 clubs. Well, 3 clubs. 1 club actually, their conference got canceled, so they no longer are requesting. So we tabled 2 clubs. With those 2 clubs, none of them showed up for their second appointment. We rejected the Print Club because they have enough time to come re-request it and come talk to me and all that good stuff, because we did have a little asterisk for all students that got paid, tabled to come talk to me and have some further discussion or XYZ. So the student nurses also got tabled, but they did not come, so they got a second chance because their conference is pulling up really, really soon. They had their throughputs and they brought in all the materials on time. The only reason why we're giving them the extra shot is because a lot of them are seniors and they did bring it in on time. They just need to edit their numbers because I would want them to get a way better number. Other than that, since the last time I've seen you, we approved $5,700 in operating budgets. We've done 2 conferences with a total of, approved 2 conferences with a total of $5,847.82. And then we have 2 allocations that we approved as well, totaling up to $1,371. So that is a very, very bad general fund report or activities report from us at the Finance Commission, but that's just because our hands are tied right now. We need to, get some stuff settled in, let the dust settle and all that good stuff. But soon enough, we'll be rocking and rolling, and you'll hear more from me soon. If you have any questions or any clubs out there that need to come talk to me, come talk to me. President's Treasurer meeting is next week. Please come to the free period for that because that is a very important meeting. Otherwise, schedule one with me, and that'll be all set. Thank you.
All right. On to me. I do have a leave from Treasurer Gomez. It says, I hope you're well. Body to good spirits. I'm emailing you, requesting late leave due having a class until 7:20 on Wednesday. I request that this leave be a standing leave, as I will be having this class for the remainder of the semester.
Is there a motion to approve the leave? Motion by President Percy, seconded by Representative Gallo. Any discussion?
Treasurer Gomez?
For the body, I just want to say I have a class till 7:20. It's physics. If I can get out earlier, I will be here. This is one of the only opportunities that I'll be out early, just because of the fact that we have an exam next week. So that's why I'm here. So thank you. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I yield.
Okay, so we're gonna move for a vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Abstention by Treasurer Gomez.
Okay, and the leave is approved. Thanks, sir.
So now we are moving on to Deputy Speaker.
Hi guys, so I don't have many announcements to make tonight, but I'm trying to get together a committee for conditions and services. So if you guys know anybody that would be interested in discussing things that they would want to see improved on campus, tell them to email me. I'm looking forward to having a meeting sometime in mid-October for that committee, so just send them my way. I can give you, if anybody's interested, I can give you my email after the meeting, or we can talk after the meeting. Thank you.
Okay, now on to conference reports. I have a conference report by RSA.
Yay.
Anyone here from RSA?
I'm here to present.
Nobody?
No.
My motion to table, if they're not here.
Sorry?
Second.
So motion to table, second, we go back to the table.
We vote?
Discussion and vote.
Discussion. Any discussion on this? Alright, so we're gonna move to a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Any abstentions? And it is tabled. And then we are now on to new business, discussion regarding the Dining Center.
All right. I wanted to give Parliament an opportunity, anyone on Parliament, to voice their concerns about Donovan Dining Center while we have Mr. Arthur Patrick, who is present, to take note of any concerns that anyone might have who is on this body regarding Donovan Dining Center. You now have your chance to discuss your concerns. However, I'd also like to make the body well known that there is a town hall coming up on September 18th from 6 to 8 relatively. We'll probably go from 6:30 to 8, most likely. Let people walk in. I got a class till 6, so we'll probably start at 6:30, but we're advertising at 6 to 8, engage 100. There's a town hall. The Dean of Students, Dr. Tamika Wordlow-Williams, will be in attendance, as will Mr. Arthur Patrick, to hear the concerns of students in a town hall setting led by student community government. I will be present, and I'll try to help facilitate the conversation as best I can. But I wanted to let the body, anyone on the executive board, anyone on Parliament who has a concern that maybe you might not be able to voice at the town hall, but if you'd like to voice it now, I just wanted to give everyone an opportunity, a chance to say something right now.
So I had a meeting with Arthur last Friday, if I'm not mistaken. My memory doesn't play tricks on me. But I had got a lot of information from him. Basically, a lot of it was based on the pricing. And I reckon we'll probably talk about that in the town hall. So I really wanted to ask a question that I can't believe has slipped my mind. A couple of my constituents have been coming up to me when I did a couple town halls, especially last year, last semester rather, and they was talking about the portion size. And I just wanted to inquire, how do you come up with the portion sizes? Like whether it be how many pieces of fish or like how many scoops of macaroni you get or something like that? How would you procure that ratio?
Depending upon the item, it's typically 6 to 8 ounces.
6 to 8 ounces.
And then there's, well, ironically, with the portion size, my staff tends to be very generous,
No, I was saying that.
which is good, it's not a bad thing. But typically, it's between 6 and 8 ounces, depending upon the product.
And
Now, sometimes if it's something like shepherd's pie, weight goes out.
I was also going to inquire, how did you come up with the ounces for your drinks?
Well, many of these things are industry standards.
Okay, so it's an industry standard, 16 to 20?
Well, it just, again, it depends upon the item. Some items are a little heavier. In addition, there's certain dietary guidelines. To give you an example, you can throw 6 to 8 ounces out on the pasta, it's going to be higher. But most people, it's between 6, if we use a 6-ounce chicken, we typically use a little more to make sure it doesn't go below 6. Most of the time, it's got other accompaniments with it as well. So, I hope I answered your question. It is
Suffices. No, your answer suffices, sir. I appreciate that.
Hi. I honestly wanted to wait for all my comments for the town hall because I don't really speak for myself. I personally, I have no issue with Donovan. Every time I've gotten food myself, I haven't found a fly. I haven't found any of that. But I don't think I undercooked meat. But let me be honest, I work in the food industry outside of school, so I really don't care. That's my thing. My thing is more like the pricing. As a broke college student, when I first got to around in college, I lived off of French fries. Literally. Not joking, literally lived off French fries. Had it for lunch, dinner, everything. You know why? Because it was $1.50. And that's all I could afford at the time. Because as a server, I'm paying for books, paying for my college, paying for my gas, insurance, all these, just me breathing is me paying something. So with that being said, I only could afford my $1.50. $2 if I wanted to splurge and have some cheese. Now it's like $2.40. That to me is crazy because okay, so what if I did if I was back then, what would I do? Okay, so then that means that I would only get to eat once every 2 days because I literally only used to have $3 on me 2 days, and then maybe I'll Dad, can I get some money? And then I'll get something. But with that being said, I feel like a lot of details were overlooked. For example, the bonus and guest passes going down, that's not cool because you're increasing prices while taking benefits away, and I can understand that why the students will be upset about that, while also increasing prices for Donovan at the same time as decreasing the amount of accessibility to this food. Another thing that I think that was also very overlooked is the whole fact that the cafe is open beyond, but yet you can only use bonus dollars. And then you're already taken off a couple, shaved off a couple, So with that being said, and not only shaved off, but it's just the simple fact that some people, when they're getting their food, because of the pricing of it, it doesn't go into the barriers of the meal plan. And with that being said, they have to dip into their bonus dollars, giving them less bonus dollars, making them even more hungry during night classes. And for myself, I have a night class that goes on till 7. Personally, I'm one of the lucky ones that have parents and family at home that have cooked meals for me. So for me, I just go home, eat me some rice and beans, call it a day. But that's not a reality to a lot of people. And I feel like that was overlooked. I feel like there should be at least some type of I understand that things need to go up. As a treasurer and as a person that works with a lot of business, and I also plan to have a business later on in life, I understand prices need to go up at some point. I understand, and I know that you were holding off on it, so I totally get that as well. But it's more or less the amount that it was brought up, and that it was brought up so fast and abruptly. You feel me? But it's more or less the fact that we didn't have any type of accommodation items. I get the combo meals, but those are combo meals that are more geared towards unhealthy options, and that's not something that somebody that's a nursing major that would want to be a nutritionist or anybody, even a social worker that's trying to lose weight or any of that could afford or could like be doing in calorie intake and all that good stuff. So I have a lot more to say, but those are just like my thing. I have no issue with Donovan Dining Center. I have no issue with Arthur. I think you're doing a great job, and I totally get that you're in a horrible position right now with everything that's going on. But it's just, as a person that's sitting on this body and as an e-board member, I cannot ignore my constituency and I cannot ignore how they are feeling about the situation. So I'm going to stand by them, and I am going to have to be on board with that because I'm here not representing myself and my views. I'm representing the college's views, and that's just. I hope that we can all be awesome. But like, yeah, it was very exponential in growth for that number and for all the numbers that have come from the dining center as in pricing. For example, the whole $1.50 to now $2.45. That's crazy. That's like 80-something%. I'm not good on percentages, but that is just my comments.
Okay. Representative Gallo?
I just had a question. I just wanted to know if it was accurate. I heard that,
So the prices increased as well as the quality increased, which I understand. I think that's,
We changed various items, yes.
huh?
We did change many items, yes.
Yeah, but the quality of the item, so that's why the prices increased. The amount that people can get for breakfast, lunch, and dinners, those prices don't stay the same, like the swipes.
Correct.
Okay, so I just wasn't sure if that was accurate. Is there anything that can be done to change that in any way, or? Because I don't really understand how you can.
We're looking at, we're taking in all of the feedback.
Yeah.
Today there was quite a bit of feedback this evening, and I imagine at the town hall as well.
Yeah.
And one of the things we're going to do based upon that feedback is look at it all collectively. My only goal is to try to best meet the needs of the student. So as you mentioned earlier, Janelle, it's nothing personal. I mean, my job is to try to best meet the needs of the student. And I'm sitting here, I'm listening, and I'm seriously taking it in, and we're going to try to group all those things and look at all of it.
Yeah, I just had that question because I was curious and I didn't even know that there was a protest going on because I was just like not paying attention. But I can say that when I was a resident and living on campus, I did really like Donovan and I appreciated it and the food there was great. But I'm from here now and I live in my apartment and I can't really say that I can afford getting definitely not every day. Maybe once a week I can stop in and get something, but I can't really afford to do it. So I don't know if in the future there would be more like, I don't know, if it would just be lower pricing, I guess. I guess that's the only problem. I get how annoying that can be. That's all people have to say at this point. But I just wanted to make that comment that, yeah, I see what Janelle's saying. With people who don't go home to family members who are cooking, I have to buy my own groceries and stuff, and I just can't even get done. And I would like to, but because it would be convenient and I don't mind the food, but I can't afford it.
Okay, I have a list over here. Lexi.
So I did want to point something out because I know a lot of people have been pointing out that the healthy options are expensive. From what I've noticed personally, because I was a resident for 4 years, which is a lot, the packaged healthy stuff are expensive. So fruit, little fruit bowls are $2.50. But if you go over to the little fruit station, you can get more fruit for about the same money.
Don't tell.
It's available.
It's the convenience.
It's available. The convenience is what you're paying for. So if you want more healthier options, you can probably just go to the salad bar and build your own salad for about the same price of, you're just talking about healthier options. The packaged salads are more money than if you were to go to the salad bar and build the salad yourself. You get more salad, pay probably around the same price. I'm just pointing that out just in general, because I know a lot of people have been complaining also about healthy options. The salad bar is there, it offers about the same stuff, you're literally paying for convenience.
Taylor, then someone.
Going back to the meal plan, it's my understanding that the dollar amount that students get per meal and like the amount of meals they get per week is not in your control. It's actually someone else that makes that decision. Is that accurate?
Well, all of that gets, the amount of meals
Yeah.
and the dollar allotment, and the cost of that does go through the college, and it goes beyond the college for approval.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if your question is, can we arbitrarily change it? No.
Will like a representative that could have influence in changing it be at the town hall meeting? Is there any way they could be, or is there any way they could also hear our concerns? Because I know that's a large concern, is just like the dollar allotments per meal or the meals per week.
Your concern is for,
Thank
to
you.
include the dean of students, and so it's a dollar allotment that can be spent at any given meal?
Yes. Yes.
Hi, so I actually have a suggestion to make, just going based off of what I've heard from everybody around campus and people here, people at the Anchor newspaper, and my own personal beliefs about what I think would benefit Donovan is just kind of modernizing it in a way that has an appeal to a larger body of students. And by doing this, I think you would also save money without having to increase the cost of food. Like, if you implemented something like, I'm sure, everybody in this room has been to Whole Foods or like Dave's Market. If you had like basically like the salad bar, but with like more like pay by the pound options, because I love the salad bar. Like, that's pretty much all I eat from Donovan's, like the salad and soups. And like, I think that's great. I mean, I think like having the ability to choose what you want to eat and like your own portion sizes is like, I think that's a great thing for a lot of people, and I think that you would probably attract a lot, like a bigger portion of the student body if you had more like pay per pound type of options. So like, you could have like vegetables and like mashed potatoes, but like people are able to give it to themselves and serve, rather than like having a set portion. And I think that would probably be cheaper to make and also cheaper for the students. And also just little things like having bagel sandwiches, like pre-made and stuff like that at the cafe. Like, I think that would probably attract like just a different, like larger body of like commuter students, because I'm a commuter, and I think those are things that would be like attractive and appealing to a larger body while saving money.
So we have Treasurer Gomez.
I'd like to add on to that. I heard another suggestion. It was along the lines of, instead of having the division of like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, just giving them the whole amount, and however they use it is their prerogative. Because like that again, like if it wasn't in partnership with the whole per pound thing, it would definitely let everybody have the portion sizes that they want and also get what they want, and then they can't really fight on the fact that they're not getting the amounts that they want because they are in charge of that themselves. Because the separation of the meal plan is what really causes a lot of people to, it's $3.50, $10, like, if they had the whole amount open to however they wanted to use it, if they wanted all to use it all for breakfast, all for lunch, all for dinner, like that is their prerogative. Because some people don't eat breakfast, and then that is lost to them, that meal's way.
Percy?
I want to thank our for hearing our concerns here. I wanted to give the body an opportunity to talk to you directly, to voice your concerns, and I've had multiple conversations with you. And as multiple people can understand, is that seeing both the concerns of both the students, understanding it from the business aspect, and seeing it from the college aspect, it's a very tough decision on how you can decide on what is best to do. But more importantly, as student community government, the students have a right to voice their concerns, which is what student community government is trying to do, is give them an opportunity to do it. Through the town hall, through this option right here in Parliament for those who are on here. And hopefully when it comes to the town hall, the Parliament members and the executive board members step back a little bit, help facilitate and let the other students that choose not to be on Parliament and choose not to be on committees have an opportunity to speak. From my discussion is that a lot of these concerns and complaints from students are a lot about their own choices that they're making. And maybe we need to narrow down the amount of choices they can make. Maybe they need to, like meal plans, why are there 4? Maybe we only offer 3. I understand that 4 years ago, the meal plans cost the same amount for each and every one of them. So, if they don't want that, they didn't want that, so you changed it to different prices for each one of them. It's an never-ending carousel of concerns, complaints, and that tis is the food business, unfortunately. And I put out a statement from SCG is that we'd be non-committal on a stance until we officially heard complaints and concerns at the town hall and gave students an opportunity to hear from the dean of students and yourself. And I will continue to push that as SCG stands until after the town hall, and then I'll meet with the executive board to see if there's any further resolution or anything else that needs to come from those events. That's how I see it, and that's how I will proceed as follows. If anyone else has any more concerns that they'd like to mention to Arthur, I want to mention that this discussion isn't time to converse and argue different points with your fellow students here. It's more of a point of, it's not about proving someone's point wrong, it's about giving everybody an opportunity to share a point. I think that's the key to a successful discussion is the lack of argument and disapproval compared to the let everyone speak and get everything that they want to say out so that those who need to hear it can hear it and act upon it. That would be my final point of my discussion here.
Staff Fred.
Yes, I'd just like to take a minute and again say thank you. All of the suggestions, all of the feedback is important. And I assure you, as a professional, we are here to serve you. We're going to thoroughly evaluate these. We're going to see where we can make changes. We're going to see what we can do to try to make the situation better. But more importantly, thank you for the opportunity to share that and for me to be part of this discussion.
Alright, so is there any more discussion about this? Alright, so now we're moving on to new business B, discussing what topic members want to see at upcoming meetings.
All right, so this is something that I've wanted to do. I do this almost every year. I did this last year in both semesters. I kind of want to hear from the body on what discussions they'd like to see for new business. I'm going to write down your names and what you'd like to talk about in future meetings. If there's anything that you would like to bring up at a future meeting, it might not be. It won't be on the next one. It might be on another one. If you want time to do more research on it, it's just a quick opportunity. Yes, John.
Enrollment, how are we doing now? As a discussion.
Okay. I can look into that. I know the freshman enrollment's up. I don't know about anything else. But I know freshman enrollment's up. I know that was mentioned. But definitely look into that. I have a meeting with the president next week, so I can ask him that. Yes, Janelle.
Break 100, how is that interfering with clubs and organizations now with the whole month that we're going to probably not see each other until? Because it's going to be October when we see each other again, I think.
No, we have a meeting, not next week, but the week after the 25th.
Is that October?
Nope.
Not September? Oh, damn, I'm like lost.
My suggestion would be for the body to think about how they think the resolutions affecting student organizations and potential discussion with each other. and if you see fit, a resolution.
A resolution.
Huh? A resolution potentially about RIC 100, if you guys feel as though maybe talking to clubs to see a lack in freshman involvement. I know 90.7 WXN has had at least 10 new freshmen join our club, so that is an insane amount of increase. Maybe just for our club, maybe other clubs are getting affected negatively. So I would say that it's definitely an idea, Janelle. I know you're busy, but as a nursing student, you're very busy. As finance commissioner, you're busy during the free periods. I definitely suggest that you bring this up with other parliament members, or maybe ask other members of the RIC community of how they think RIC 100 is affecting them. Even maybe freshmen, ask them how it's affecting them and enjoying student clubs. I definitely think that that topic is 100% if I remember, a work in progress. So they're definitely open to suggestions on how to handle it. So if the body sees fit, a resolution or a suggestion to college about this, I definitely think that that's a huge topic of conversation. Anyone else? Mr. King?
Depending on the outcome of the class election, if it doesn't come out the way we would desire to be kind of like our last semester occurred, I would like to have a conversation upon what we can do to still help students with those kind of funds if those cannot be available this semester.
Got that written down. I've got some ideas. As of right now, we have one person signed up for freshman class, and I think 2 people signed up for senior class. So it started yesterday, so not terrible, working on it. But definitely advertise class elections, everybody. But that's a great topic of conversation. Anyone else? For me to think about, it's very tough for me to put the agenda together at points during the semester, as you can see. And if you don't want to mention anything right now, that's okay. You can email me, you can mention it later, that's okay. Yes, Jim?
Sometime in November, December, having a meeting about our petition process again, because if we do not have anybody else on this body, we have a problem.
Thank you for bringing that up. I believe we have 10 petitions out right now. So that's good.
Let's see if they come back.
According to our administrative supervisor, if all the people that have petitions out right now, we would double our group. So that's good. We just need to keep pushing it, guys. Keep pushing it. If we're doubling it, let's triple it.
Point of inquiry.
Yes.
Are you talking about Joan?
Yes, administrative assistant.
Assistant. All right, cool. I was like,
No, administrative assistant said that they had 6 people or 7 people take one out today. And we've had 2 or 3 out.
point of information. I just gave SEG a shout out at the protest, so that's probably what increased that. So that's awesome.
They were actually all members of the environmental club.
Oh, that's even better.
Yes, Arthur.
Well, I hope you're not stating that the protest was just to get more people on SEG. That's not what you're saying, right?
Oh, no, not at all.
Okay,
I was not wearing my SEG. Point of information, I was not wearing my SEG hat. I actually had professional development, and as my professional development, as at the Unity Center, they notified that the protest was going on, and since I had my finance commission already handled, I decided to stand by my students.
No problem, I was kidding. But on a more serious note, there are multiple opportunities if SEG or the elections committee wants to set the table. If we want to get something, a last minute push for the elections on Mondays, let me know and we'll do what we can.
I'll send you the flag.
I've got some up. If it's a new one, send it out.
Anyone else? Taylor?
I'm not sure if it's something we have control over at all, but I've had quite a few students, especially when I was going out with my petition, mention that our library hours are kind of bizarre. A majority of universities have at least part of the library open 24 hours, especially during finals week for studying and things like that. So I don't know if we can bring that up and discuss that.
That's also a resolution idea.
Okay.
That's great.
And to add on to that, potentially having card access for after-hour students only for study sessions? Because I know that a lot of college campuses, like UMass Dartmouth, UMass Boston, allows you to enter as long as you have your student ID. That documents who came in and out of the building, making it a safe environment. I'd say having the lower level of the library as a suggestion, because it is accessible. It's downstairs, and not only that, I think they have some type of security going on. It'll also give opportunities for a lot of work study, which is important because, again, if a student can't afford to eat, at least they could afford it with a job or something.
Any other topics of discussion for future meetings?
Alright, we are moving on to updates and remarks, staff update.
I have nothing, thank you, Dora.
Okay. Alumni update, Haley Rose. Student students, Tamika, Wordlow-Williams.
Thank you. I just want to say it's very nice to see everybody this year. I'm looking forward to seeing amazing progress, just like you had last year in your academic endeavors. I wanted to announce or share thank you for those who spoke and shared your concerns today during this meeting, and for those that will be present at the town hall meeting. I think that this is a great opportunity for us to receive valuable input from our students to figure out how to navigate the steps going forward. So I definitely appreciate the information that you're sharing with us and the ways in which you're sharing it. Thank you so much for being very proactive in that regard. I also wanted to take a moment to share that this year, after having a year experience on call on this post, I learned a lot. And I would like to begin this year by saying it is my desire to form a more meaningful relationship with members of the Executive Cabinet and members of Parliament. It would be my great pleasure and joy to extend an opportunity to you all to meet. I know you're busy, right? So meet in ways and at times that are convenient for you, so that I can connect, learn how to really speak to you, advocate for you, and work with you, alongside you, in pushing the agendas that you have. I know that your schedule is busy as stated again, but I would really appreciate the opportunity for us to spend time outside of these meeting structures, getting a chance to know each other, and being able to speak to other campus partners on your behalf and alongside you as you continue to address issues and celebrate accomplishments, actually. So thank you for the opportunity again to join you. I look forward to all that the year will bring.
Alumni update, Haley Rose.
Well, thanks for having me as your alumni rep. That's exciting. I'm stuck here forever. I don't have too much other than Susie Alba wanted me to talk about Rick Fest is coming up October 3rd to 5th. Here's some flyers. Feel free to take one and pass it along. It's going to be on the Rick campus. It's a weekend long. She stated, I guess this is one of the first times that it's being open to friends and family outside of Rick. So that's something exciting. There's going to be food trucks and games and prizes if you win. Hashtag Rick swag, live music. Yes.
Karaoke again?
I am not sure. Visit rick.edu/rickfest. They didn't tell me too much. Other than she gave me the flyer. Yes.
I believe Susie will be here at the next meeting, so you can ask her.
I believe she will be. That's what she told me on the phone. She told me on the phone she'd be at the next part.
I was trying to get her on this meeting, but she wouldn't answer my
I heard the opposite stories.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright,
Awesome.
so that was it. Well, our one semester is going well so far.
I do have some appointments to make. Only two, don't get too excited. I'd like to ask that these appointments get accepted unanimously. The first one is for a non-student parliament seat on finance. I interim appointed Lucille Donato at right after last week's parliament meeting, so that she could sit on both finance meetings. And so she was unfortunately not officially appointed, but I am now officially appointing her to non-student parliament seat on finance. And then the only other one I have is for the Academic Integrity Board, Alexis Polonsky. Other than that, I probably butchered her last name like all of you. It's been like 2 years, but that's fine. I want everyone to be aware of the open positions. Yep, this is the year that, this is the week that I'm going to list every open position that we have on committee so that everyone knows what's going on. So if anybody wants to join me at the Board of Education Representatives, you are more than welcome to. There's an open student spot. We have 5 student parliament spots and a non-parliament spot, 3 non-parliament spots for the Academic Affairs Committee. We have 2 parliament spots and 2 non-parliament spots for the Bylaws and Adjudication Committee. For conditions and services, Sam has 6 open parliament seats and 5 non-parliament seats, so that's great. We have 7 student parliament seats for the Elections Committee for Mr. Mulcaine here, and 3 non-parliament seats. So that committee is supposed to help him with the elections and everything, so really start pushing that. He's going to need some help with that. For finance, I believe we have, this is all screwed up, I don't know, it's not correct. It says we have 3 parliament seats already filled, but I know we don't, because there's only 1. So I'm going to go off of this right here. So we have 3 non-parliament seats and 4 parliament seats for Finance Commission. They deal with the distribution of the student activity fund to the student boards. Personal Evaluation Committee, we're looking for a chair, 3 parliament members. One of them has to have served at least a year. We have a Council 94 and a Local 287 rep, an advisor, an employee, a random student from the student body. They evaluate the Diana and Joan. So I think it was done 2 years ago. I think it has to be done every 3 years, so I don't think it has to be seated this year. I'm not 100% sure. 7 student parliament seats for the Public Relations Committee, 5 for non-student parliament. Student Entertainment Committee, which is in charge of putting on multiple events or 1 event for the Brick community, like Ty Dolla $ign last year, but not as much money. 3 student parliament seats, a programming org seat, a random student org seat, a 90.7 WXIN seat, a resident, commuter, dean of students, or a designate, and 3 non-parliament for Taylor's new student organization committee, which involves approving the constitutions to come to Parliament, the planning of the holiday party and stories committee. You have 7 parliament spots and 4 non-parliament. And of course, for college committees, if anybody would like to join me at the Council of Ricks once a month on Friday, you're more than welcome to. It's a great time, 2 to 3:30. Usually right in here or in the faculty center. But let me know if you're interested in that. Committee of Academic Advising, 1 student. The Dining Service Advisory Board, if anyone is interested in joining that, I don't know why they would be interested in joining that, but they have a Parliament commuter member, and I believe a normal commuter member. I thought there was a resident on that. This might be a mistake, but yes.
Do you get paid for these positions if you're not a parliament?
No. Not believe so. Committee of Academic Policy and Procedures, 1 student. I have to consult some of them, I'm not sure, it doesn't say if they get paid or not, so I don't know. I was never paid for the calendar committee that I was on. Academic Standing Committee, 2 undergraduate students. Academic Technology Advising Committee, 1 undergraduate student. Bookstore Advisory Committee, 1 student. Calendar Committee, 2 students. Committee of College Elections, 2 students. Committee of College Missions and Goals, 1 student. General Education, 1 student. Human Relations, 1 student. Some of these I have to forward to the president to elect, but I would like to at least have some people apply for those at least. Library Advisory Committee, 1 student. Committee of Online Learning, 1 undergraduate student. Performance and Fine Arts, I have to consult with the Vice President of Student Affairs for student approvals. Student Conduct Board, 1 undergraduate, and I have to consult with students. Student Designee Course and Concentration Subcommittee, 2 students. Committee of Student Life, 3 students, 1 graduate, 1 resident, 1 normal undergraduate student. Traffic and Parking Committee, 2 students. Advisory Committee of Undergraduate Admissions Policy, 1 student for a 2-year term. Undergraduate Curriculum Committee, 2 undergraduate students. Vision 2020, 2 students recommended by the president of the college. And then, of course, as soon as class elections is done, you'll have the committee. 1, the senior class president or his designee or their designee will be on the Committee of Convocations and the Honorary Degree Committee. A lot of open positions.
Okay.
We have a lot of petitions out right now, so hopefully, as I said at last meeting, I believe we need to vote. Make sure there's no objections to my appointments with appointments.
We are now moving to issues of parliament members. Alright, well, I want to say something. So, shameless plug, Dave and Buster's, it's coming up. The first 27 students are free, as long as they're work students. Alright, listen. I'm so awesome that I forgot the date.
Next week.
It's next Thursday? It's next Thursday, first 27 students are free.
You're welcome. I don't know, because I asked earlier today.
So yeah, show up, bring your friends. It's gonna be lots of fun there. Another shameless plug. ASA, it's not your ramen night.
Oh, man, pass that to the deputy speaker. I'm not getting a speaker.
Switch your position. ASA, it's not your ramen night. Also, don't remember the date, but I'm pretty sure it's September 25th.
What kind of ramen?
There's gonna be different ramen. There is gonna be a spicy ramen challenge for anyone who really likes spicy food, and it's gonna be fun. Enjoy some ramen.
Is it a Sega?
I don't know what the price is. Enjoy it. That's all my shameless plugs. Anything else?
Motion for adjournment.
And second? Secretary of Protect. And, is there any discussion? There's no discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Abstentions? Everyone please stay seated, for Diana to take minutes.
Joshua Percy,
Here.
Monk Kane, Janelle Gomez,
Here.
Alexis Walensky,
Here.
Samantha Scudder, here, Lily Gallo,
Here.
Michaela Hill, Taylor Boutet, here, Dr. Tamika Wordlow-Williams, present, Arthur Patry,
Here.
Haley Bowman. Here. Okay, so we go.